this, because I'm sure there's a couple parents on here that just don't have a clue about the difference between what you guys do on your shoe company circuits, the traditional grassroots, independent club circuits like Hoop Scoop and Big Shots and all that. And then your old school AAU landscape, real AAU basketball registering with the AAU organization. So, Lon, do me a favor. Mm-hmm. With all this stuff going on, just describe, if you will, the national grassroots landscape. Like, where can people fit in? Like mom and pop independents, shoe companies, what they're doing with Made Hoops, what they're doing with Big Shots. You know, describe the landscape and then try to place some familiar names on a different landscape. Of course, we got you guys, Philly Pride, We Are One, the Scholars, Team Final. But does it really matter which circuit you play on? And what if you're one of those kids, you start for your high school, but you're not perceived as that guy and you're not talented enough to get on one of those circuit teams? Can you still attract the eyes of Division I coaches? Why don't we start with you, Lon?
For sure. You definitely can. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a guy who thinks that the circuit matters in terms of the actual shoe companies outside of the glitz and the glamour. So, I mean, I've always said, you know, certain shoe companies, I mean, Nike, let's just call it what it is. They've done a better job, the glitz and the glamour, when you go. I mean, they got Peach Jam, they've done that. But those same coaches that are at Nike Friday night will be at Adidas Saturday if it's a weekend. And they may be at UA on Sunday. I'm not going to discredit any, you know, the sneaker companies are the sneaker companies. That's just that simple. I think as far as guys getting looks, Hoop Group does a phenomenal job of, you know, their Hoop Group has their own circuit with some really, really good teams on it and a lot of good, you know, mid-level, low and mid-level players, even mid-plus players. They do a really good job. So there's opportunities. I think it is crazy compared to like when I first started where it was just tournaments. There's a lot of different places to play. There's a lot of opportunities to play for different, you know, different programs and different, you know, chances. You got a lot of different chances to play. You got a lot of different chances to get opportunities. And it's just so much more opportunity than it was when I first started, man. You know, almost 20 years, the opportunities are way different, and it's a lot, you know, a lot, especially with the independent. You got the shoe companies, more shoe company teams, and then independent stuff. So,
Kyle, what about you? I agree with Lon. It's a way more opportunities, but I get the sense we don't have enough of those top tier players. So in the scramble for the top tier players, right? You know, a lot of stories get told. You know, people selling, come over here, do this, do that. This is better for you. This is better for you. Don't do that. You got to be on the circuit and all of that stuff. And then parents call and they ask for information. I mean, they really call and they say, well, this guy told me, you know, that I should play with this team because they play on this circuit. Do you get the sense that it's just more intense, or is it my imagination? Because I see dudes taking off the shirt that got their name on the front and joining up with other dudes. I've never seen nothing like that before. How you take off the shirt that got your name on it and play with other dudes? Kyle, what's going on?
Dudes, they're tired of getting beat up on, man. You know, you can't really, just speaking on that situation, you know, I think that was a smart move for that kid, you know, to put himself with some other top tier talent players to make it a little easier for him. I do respect what he has done with his family and with his high school teammates the last couple of years. I didn't see it coming, you know, but I'm excited to be able to, you know, line up against them and, you know, be able to play them in our annual Battle of the Bell this year. That should be fun. But I mean, I think it's just something now where if my son's in 7th grade now, Dell, and of course he plays with Kalo, but if he didn't and I had to pick a team, of course you know your kid gets the opportunity to play on a circuit team is great, but you know I think it's more so about the coaching and the structure of the program that you're playing for. You know, what kind of instruction is the kid receiving on a day-to-day basis? How often is this team practicing? Are they actually getting better? Do they play the right way as a team? I feel like sometimes you'll run and look for the best sneaker team around, and some of those sneaker teams might not have that. So you'll find one of the smaller mom and pop teams go out there and make a name for themselves. Like we watched the team in Kansas City. Me and Lonnie sat down and watched them a couple times. Spartans, hoop group team. I think they have about 7 or 8 Division I prospects right now. They don't have a shoe deal. They're going out playing against some of the best teams in the country, playing at some of the best tournaments, competing at hoop group, and it shows that their guys are good. They're well coached. It's a well-ran program. So I think it's parents got to just do a little bit more research and hopefully you trust the people that's giving you the information that you're asking for.
So, Lon,
I'm about to say, hey, Del, real quick, and on that, the biggest thing he just said at the end was trusting the people that's giving you the information.
mm-hmm.
A big issue is the people that's giving the information. There's a lot of dudes that don't know, that think they know, and honestly, there's a lot of parents that think they know, and they don't take the information. They don't listen. They just like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. And I'm watching a lot of parents make a lot of decisions for these kids that are not really good decisions, man.
At this point, how far are you into this thing, Lon? We talking 20 plus?
Almost 20, yeah.
19, Dale. We're going on 20 next year.
All right. So with that under your belt, this is the question then. Have you seen on a frequent basis situations where changing clubs, right before the season or even mid-season, kids changing clubs on a Thursday night, going into a Friday tournament. Have you seen situations where those kind of transitions have really resulted in a kid getting recruited higher or much lower than he would have if he stayed? In other words, do those kind of moves override the talent level? Because I got the sense that what Lonnie was saying is if you good enough, they're going to hear about you. They're going to find you. It don't matter where you at. They're going to come see you play. But parents don't seem to buy into that. They seem to feel that you have to be on specific stages, and they'll do anything, including, break their word, break promises, do whatever to get on that stage. What do you think about that, Lon?
It's true. It's definitely true. But I will say, I've seen some kids switch teams and it worked. I've seen some kids switch teams and not work. I see a lot of parents, they just go bigger is better. I mean, you're also seeing that with college, the kids are leaving low and mid majors, and some of them are leaving pretty good situations to go to situations that they don't know about, but because it's higher, it's bigger, it's better. So you're seeing it at every level. I mean, we've had kids leave to go different places. We've gotten kids who've come from other programs. And to me, I think any kid that we get late or mid-season is definitely a fit for us because we won't just take anybody. We definitely would. It's more of a discussion for us. Whether the kid's really good or not. It's about the fit, especially if our team's already pretty good or we rolling or things are really working for our team and our program at that time. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it a lot. It happens, and definitely I would say that it does work sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.